Well, I joined when I was 16, and for me it was always quite clear that this was the right party for me, and it was also quite clear that I wanted to get involved at a very young age. And for that, the Youth Union was a very good opportunity. I got to meet many people that shared the same values, looked at the world from the same perspective as I do, and that's really been a great experience for me so far, at least. Well, I became really active when I was around 19. Before that, I had been a more passive member, but then I got involved, and I got involved doing the international work, which has also been a very great experience, and I've gotten to meet many people from different European countries, but also worldwide. And build a network and really exchange with people from different backgrounds. So we are very independent as a youth organization, and we have very good access within the party. So our chairman sits in the party board, and he has a vote in the party board. And he also sits as part of the extended ministerial group, which is a very good access to the core of the party. So we have our own policies, we have our own line that we want to, our own vision for Finland. But it's a vision that is compatible with our party. We might not always agree on every single issue, but our big vision is the same, and we want to build a competitive Finland, a European and international Finland, where people want to come to work, want to come to build their lives, and want to make Finland a great place for themselves and for the rest of us also. Well, one way is that we have the seat in the party board. So we have one vote, and that's where all of the big executive decisions are made. Then we also have members that are part of the party council, and that also gives us leverage within that organ. But then one of the big ways is also in the party congresses, where we actually have quite a significant number of votes, and we usually try to stay unified as the youth union, and therefore we can push the party towards our goals, and also have a lot of leverage within the party that way. But that's only one way we do it. We are also very active outside the party. So we have a lot of our active members are municipal politicians, are actually the leaders of Kokoomus here in Helsinki, and in the second biggest city, Espoo, are our current and former chairman. So that way we also, these same people that are active in the youth union, they're also active in local politics, and that's also very important and a very important way for us to influence the direction of Finland. Currently we have about 2,500 members. Actually the number of members we have right now is increasing, but there's been a trend for quite many years actually in all of the youth unions that membership has been decreasing. So previously we were somewhere at 5,000, and now we are increasing again for this year and the last year also. So that's been a very positive development so far. But yes, we want to obviously attract more members always. Actually, young people are now more than ever interested in politics. They're just not channeling it towards political parties. So what I think we have is not a crisis of democratic participation. Young people are very active, they're very involved, and they're very knowledgeable of what's happening in politics. What we have is a little bit of a crisis of the party political system, the parliamentary system, that people want to have new methods of engaging themselves in politics. And that's what we need to provide, and that's what we are trying to work very hard towards. How do we build these ways for people to influence single issues? That for now we only have the possibility of joining the party, and then when you join the party you sort of buy into everything, you buy into the whole spectrum of views, and that's something that's really not the way young people want to be engaged in democratic process anymore. So what we need to do is we need to open the party up. So we need to have more ways for people to come in, tell us what they think, be involved, campaign with us, and push these single goals sort of forward, and not force people to necessarily then buy into the whole spectrum. But there's a lot that we need to do, and there's no easy answers here. And I think it's the same problem or same challenge is something that all of us face. The Social Democrats, the Centre Party, us as the large traditional parties, we all have the same challenges, and we also have quite similar ideas on how do we solve them. Unfortunately, I don't have the exact number, but we have young members running in every district in Finland. So in all of Finland, you can vote for a young Kokoomus National Coalition Party candidate. And actually, we have many candidates who have a very, very good chance of going through. Here in Helsinki, in the Uusimaa district, in Satakunta, in many of our regions, there are very qualified candidates that are young, but also have a lot of experience already from local politics, from the youth union, and then advisory positions in the Finnish government. Well, I hope we have 5 to 6 new young MPs from our youth unions. I think that's a very realistic expectation. We have very many qualified candidates that are not just young candidates, that are actually very, very knowledgeable and very active in politics, have been so for many years already, and they have a very good chance of being elected. Well, one is climate change. That's something that's on everyone's lips right now, and it's not just the young candidates; it's also the older candidates and the traditional parties that that need to take a stand on this. But that's something that's obviously on the agenda tonight. But that's not. Hopefully, it's not just that. That we also have. I expect all the parties to provide answers on how do we maintain sustainable growth, not just in terms of the environment, but also in terms of the economy. We have an aging population in Finland, and we need to increase our employment rate. We need to achieve the same level of employment as other Nordic countries, and now we are lacking very much behind. And what I hope we get tonight also from the young candidates is also ways on how do we actually achieve this goal. The goal is the same for all of us, but the ways we want and can achieve it are different between the parties. Well, that's one of the, I hope also one of the issues, and it's not, like I said, it's not just about the youth unemployment, it's also about the whole employment rate, and I think the solutions there are the same no matter, well, not exactly perhaps the same no matter what age you are, but there's a lot of common elements on how we solve youth unemployment and how we solve unemployment in general. The youth unemployment rate also in Finland, it varies between different parts of the country, and then also I think what is absolutely important that in the future every Finnish citizen has a second or has a vocational degree or has graduated from high school, and now we have actually 100,000 young people that do not have a vocational training nor the high school diploma, and those are the people that are most vulnerable in the job market of the future, and this is the big thing that we have to solve. And so what my party supports very much is investments in the early years, in the early childhood education, and then also providing special support for those who need it, because what we need to achieve is that every person graduating from the Finnish primary education has the means to complete a vocational degree or a high school degree, and that's something that's absolutely the most important question when we're dealing with youth unemployment, and that's where we need to focus those investments.